behind me, well, he's headed up as well. He's got the truck. We're gonna go make some compost and some of the potting mix we call the good stuff today, because it has been flying out of the landscape supply yard. It's springtime, we're in full bloom. We got to get to work. Oh, my eyes are watering. This thing's so much fun to drive. Anyhow, Jackson's gonna be here in just a second. As I said already, I'm gonna show him how to run the 724. He's never ran that loader before. We're gonna fire up the edge trommel. He's gonna be making compost while I probably go ahead and take that load right there on down to grassroots. Came up yesterday and mixed up some of the good stuff. So the good stuff is a combination of the compost, pine bark nuggets, and sand. That's it right out there in the middle. That's our potting mix. And it has just been, we can't keep it at the landscape supply yard or anywhere else, because as you guys have seen in past videos, we put all the food waste in there, all the eggs, and it makes a beautiful rich compost. And everybody's in the garden right now, and I can't blame them. It's gonna be 78 today. Jackson should be here any second, and then we're gonna start making some compost. All righty, let me show you how this thing works. Let me just go ahead and start you off the right way. Let's go ahead and walk around the machine real quick. Guys, I think we got us a new operator. Jackson did really good putting his first scoop in the trommel. But right now, the nursery's screaming for the good stuff, which we got loaded up. So let's see if we remember how to drive a truck. Go down there, dump out, come back, check on Jackson. Then we're gonna mix up some more of the compost, sand, and wood chips. Kid's doing good. I don't want to film him because I don't want to make him nervous. That's the first time he's driven that loader. So he's a little wet behind the ears still. All right, let's jump in the old Paystar 5000 here and get this load delivered down to Grassroots Garden Center. I checked her out yesterday. I don't see any major leaks, so we should be good to go. Morning, old girl. I think we got us a dead battery. But luckily our friend Luis showed up. I'm not so sure that it's the battery. I think it may be the starter. So we're gonna tap on it a little bit and see if we can get her to fire off.
Try now, Mr. Ryan?
Yep. We'll make it work one way or the other. So yeah, we need us a new starter on the truck here, but Luis was able to short it out as I was hitting the key, and we got her cranked up. Thank you, buddy. Let's go. All right, we got our air pressure built up. Let's see if I remember how to drive a truck. AC going. riding the bike. Now we just gotta watch out for landfill traffic. They're digging sand today, so today is Saturday. And you ask, why am I working on a Saturday? Well, just trying to help us get caught up a little bit, make some content for you guys, and help my boy make a little few dollars. If somebody got to reimburse me for a speeding ticket they got. So Jackson was on his way to school the other day, and there was a wreck, and so he had to take an alternate route, and he was going to be late, so he was speeding. So he got, I think he was doing 72 and a 55. So can't knock you for trying not to be late for school, but I was like, look, dude, which is worse, a tardy or a speeding ticket? So he got his first speeding ticket, so he's got to make some money to reimburse Dad. Man, look at the line going to the scale house. Saturdays are busy on all fronts, especially in the spring. Old truck sound. Got it, guys, just like riding a bike. Unless, of course, you're my girlfriend Sarah, then it's not just like riding a bike. If y'all saw that video on Grassroots Gardening, poor thing broke her ankle. We just passed a cop, and I kind of sort of didn't tarp my load because I was just going right down the street, but I don't see any blue lights yet, so that's good. Made it. There's our old friend Sam too. We gotta get out and say hey to Sam. I am a truck driver too. Good to see you, brother.
Good morning.
Long time, man. We're doing great. The folks are gonna be happy to see you. We ain't seen you in a couple months, man.
I know.
So Sam's down here at the garden center today. He's our loader operator.
Yeah, enjoying myself.
It's fun, ain't it?
Yeah, it is.
I'm glad to have you back down here, man. It's good to dadgum see you. Got you loaded of good stuff, man.
Great.
You need it too, don't you?
Yes, sir. We have been really selling it.
That's
like
great.
hotcakes.
It's springtime, brother.
Yep.
It is springtime.
But I'm glad you brought it because I was wondering if we were going to run out today.
No, I ain't gonna leave you hanging.
I know you've been busy though.
Oh my goodness.
I know you've been super busy.
It's been crazy, man.
Yeah.
Absolute craziness.
I figured that out when I came over there a couple times this week, and I was
Goodness.
like,
it's wide open.
wide open everywhere.
So's the garden center too.
Yeah.
Well, Darren, I better get on back there and dump this stuff out so you can get to work and make some money.
I got you.
Oh yeah.
Good to go.
I'll back up in there.
10-4.
All right.
Got you covered.
Cool.
Good to see you, brother.
You too, my man.
All right. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4. 10-4.
right, sell it, Sam. And I couldn't see backing up. The mirrors are so dang dirty. I accidentally tapped the concrete wall. Now my tailgate won't shut. I have to beat that back out a little bit, but we're gonna ride with it like she is right now and let Sam get to work. Man, I hate I did that. Oh, hey, look, during the commute, our tailgate went back in. I'm gonna see if I can find something real quick. They just tap that back out a little bit. This ought to do it. Have to heat that up next week, fix it back right, but it'll work for now. It's kind of fun being back in a truck again. My downshifting could use some work, but other than that, it went well. Let's get back around here and check on Jackson. I kind of made a circle through a while ago, and he's still screening compost, so he hadn't flipped yet. That's a good thing, so let's go check on him and see what we can do to help. Oh yeah, I think we got us an operator. That's awesome. So we've got Austin, he's on the Hyundai 960, Jackson's in the 724, and Austin's going ahead and mixing up some more good stuff. So this is what we were gonna do, but he's got the much larger bucket on there. We may go jump in another Hyundai 960 here in a minute and help him if he has to go load a truck or whatever. But this is what we call the good stuff. So this is our sand, screened compost, as well as mini pine bark nuggets. We mix that all together. And then this stuff has been flying out of here again because it's springtime and everybody's in their garden. This stuff is selling like flapjacks right now. And we got our brand spanking new Edge TRT 620R. Jackson's let's see how he's coming with his pile over here. Oh yeah, making a nice little pile of black gold. Man, that's beautiful, ain't it? Look how dark and rich that stuff is. And of course, as you know, if you've been watching the channel for any amount of time, this contains all of the real important microbes that we inoculate our windrows with, as well as just a good organic fertilizer. That's why people are loving it. This is our 3rd year of making this stuff, and it's finally caught wind and people are talking about it. Now we can't keep it in stock. Good problem to have, but problem nonetheless. That's why we got Jackson up here today helping us out. Oh man, that's so pretty. Beautiful. Jackson's doing well, taking his time. I told him I wanted him going on that far around curve because he's new to the loader, and I don't want him to have a whole lot of weight up in his bucket in a tight turn and possibly roll over. But things are going quite nicely, guys. All right, I'm gonna go get with Austin real quick, see if he wants me to jump in a loader, start mixing up some good stuff, because I see he had to take off around there, so he's probably got to load a mulch truck. So let's go see if we can jump in another loader and possibly help him out. Bristles are rolling here on that drum just to keep it clean. We'll take a look up in here and see what we can see. So this is our overs. This is what we're screening out. This contains a lot of the microbes. So we'll take this and put it back into the composting process, and all those microbes that are still clung on these little pieces or these overs will re-inoculate the pile and get it started cooking again. Composting is such a cool process, man. I love how the microbes break it down and how it just has this super rich soil at the end. I mean, we're essentially making a super topsoil. For the longest time, Dad and I, we used to just worry about running out of topsoil and finding other jobs where we could strip the topsoil, bring it back and screen it. Now it's a beautiful process. We're literally making our own super topsoil. Right, Austin's back. Let's holler at him and see if he wants us to be mixing up some of the good stuff, since he's got a good many trucks to load. But ideally his loader does the best because he's got that big tip out button. Bucket, what am I saying, button? Bucket, big tip out bucket. It won't be long, we're gonna have to screen up some actual compost out of the windrows, because that little mountain is all we got left. And with Austin digging into it and Jackson digging into it, we're gonna cut that down pretty dang soon. Good job, kid. Take it nice and slow. That's what I told him. Just you go nice and slow, you don't have to worry about screwing up too bad. When you get in a hurry, that's when people have mistakes and accidents. We've got to be super careful of rolling up the ramp a little too far, because this is a brand spanking new machine, so we don't want to bend those panels up, obviously. So I think he's doing a good job. Still got plenty of distance in between the tires and the body of the edge, so I think we're doing good. Austin, how you doing today, buddy? I know. Hey, do you want me to jump into another 960 and help you mix this since you got trucks to load, or? I know you gotta go load a truck. All right, I'll go jump in another 960 and I'll just be mixing. I'm not gonna add to it because I don't know what. It's ready to go. Okay. All right, I'll go get my machine checked out. And, yeah. Appreciate the ride. All right, let's get our twin. Oh man, we done knocked the light out. Let's get our twin 960 here checked out. Won't be long before that gets ripped all the way off. Somebody's bumped something with this step, causing this mud flap to get pretty close to the tire, so that probably won't last too long. Other than that, she looks pretty good. Let's go mix us up some good stuff. I do like the openness of these Hyundai loader cabs. You got plenty of room in here to move about. Let's get her fired up. Dun dun dun. I wish we had a better way to mix this stuff up, like a big enclosed drum or even like a hopper feeder system where we could add different materials. The ratio on this right here is 3 parts compost, 2 parts pine bark nuggets, and then a half part of sand. And you know, we just, again, we've been kind of waiting on this thing to take off so that, you know, it could generate enough money to be able to buy whatever equipment we need. But I think this year we're almost to that point where we gotta either get another loader or some type of mixing system. But you know, flipping it raw like this works for now. It's just a little time consuming. I'm going to flip it one time, mix it all, incorporate all the materials together, and then probably flip it a second time, and then hopefully make up even a little bit more, because we can't keep this stuff on the ground right now. I do like these Hyundai loaders though, man. So comfortable. That's one thing, if you can't say anything else about Hyundai, which they make a good product, but the comfortability and the ergonomics of these cabs is outstanding. I could stay in this thing all day long. Can't get us a full bucket, because if I push too hard, we're going to push into Jackson's lane over there. So just kind of got to grab a half a scoop, but that's okay. I like to take my time, mix this stuff up real well. I don't like to see big spots of pine bark or sand, so just dump it slow and let it fall down the face. It usually tends to mix up pretty well. Let's see if we can't scoot in here and load in a turn and try to scoop this stuff up so we don't block Jackson. He's doing good in the old 724 over there. I think he might be fixing to move his stacker belt. Like I told him, I said, you know, this type of operation, it just takes seat time. You ain't gonna get it the first day. It just takes time in the seat. Experience. Nothing better than experience. Or I should say there's no replacement for experience. Or I should say there's no substitute for experience. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Stop and go get some def. Jackson said the trommel screen's running a little bit low, and somebody was supposed to fill it up for me yesterday. I'm not going to mention any names, Brandon. So let's go grab 5 gallons or however many gallon jug of def they got over here at the tractor shed and find out where to put it in this trommel screen. I've actually, like I said, we just bought this one, so it's brand spanking new. We'll have to learn about it together. There's our buddy Hasty. He's gonna go do a little scraping or maybe put some implement on to go probably down at the garden, I would imagine. But anyhow, let's get us some def fluid here real quick. Like, this stuff really shouldn't be in the sunlight, but you see those crystals? That's what'll stop up a darn def system real quick. Government cat piss is the other name for this stuff, otherwise known as def fluid, diesel exhaust fluid. Not a lot of folks are a fan of the def system because they can be problematic. But the government says you got to do it, so you got to do it, whether you like it or not. That's government for you. Don't be spilling that stuff, Ryan. It's funny. That ought to get us by till quitting time for sure. Well, let's see. That's where the diesel goes. Now, where does the def go? That one goes in there, but ain't opening. There we go. Nope, that locks it.
You gonna like twist it?
I hate to break it. I mean, I'm twisting it dang hard.
Oh yeah, I doubt you twist it. I doubt
it won't take all of it. Sorry. I hope so. Nope. They were getting that after treatment, any efficient or something like that. After treatment, SCR operation inducement severity high, least severe. Go over. Number 1, depth concentration erratic, intermittent, or incorrect.
Maybe you gotta crank it up because isn't that the depth thing?
Yeah. I don't know what the deal is with that. That's one reason why nobody can stand depth. It's always problematic. And back to work we go. We got a little bit of the good stuff to still scrape up, put in the bin around there, and then start mixing us up a whole nother pile. You know, one good thing about coming up here and doing this from time to time is, like, I'm wondering now, you know, we really need to see how long it's taking us to mix up this stuff, how much each ingredient's costing us, and make sure we're getting the return that we need to be getting. You know, obviously I want to sell it as cheap as we can. We got to make profit too, to pay for that new trommel screen, for this loader, employees, insurance, depth fluid. Y'all know the story there, how that goes. So it's kind of good every once in a while to come up here, run things, and just makes you kind of think, you know, make sure that we're getting the maximum out of the material that we can. It'd help if I put it in forward, wouldn't it? There we go. Now we're moving. This Hyundai, it stays in second gear, whatever gear you select on the lever, and then it automatically kicks down to first and switches back to second for you, which is really nice. And it has the onboard scale system, which I might have seen Austin using this morning when he was loading that truck. That's worth its weight in gold right there, coming, you know, right from the market, coming standard. The scale systems are probably $15,000 to, you know, come in and retrofit with an aftermarket scale system. They are expensive. And then down here in this bin, this is where we store the good stuff. And I've been kind of, if I dump a bucket out and I see a little bit too much of the pine bark fines or the sand, I'll just kind of remix it over here in the bin. It's pretty easy, especially since you got something to push against now. So we'll dump this out slowly, high and slow. Helps it to mix together. See, like, that's a good bit of pine fines, and then I just saw a streak of sand right there too. So we'll back up, throw it in neutral, get our bucket all the way on the ground, come in, take us a big stab. She's going to automatically kick down to first. It's trying to lift the back of the loader up. This thing doesn't know it's on street. Go ahead and curl the bucket up now that we know we're plenty deep in there. Throw it in neutral, give it a little gas, raise it on up, and redump it. There we go. That's a little bit better mixed up. Then we'll keep doing that as we bring scoops around here too. Make sure it's good and homogenized, mixed together. Look at me using big words today, man. What you talking about? Gets this small of a pile, sometimes you just got to leave a good bit of it on the ground. It'll get mixed into the next batch. But it just kind of runs from you. You just wind up pushing it around and not really getting a big scoop. So this will be the last scoop we get out of it. Then we'll start mixing some fresh ingredients and make us a whole new pile. Mix that one more time too while we're here. I saw a big streak of sand in it. There you go, girl. Get on in there. Man, this thing's strong. All right. Gonna have to get us some more pine bark fines next week. We're gonna eat into them pretty good today. This is great though, because usually the guys don't have a lot of time to mix up this material. They're trying to feed the grinders and load trucks and everything else in between. So this is kind of a good thing to do after work or on a Saturday like today, when I can really focus and mix up a bunch of it. Get them kind of a stockpile, because I know there's a bunch of people out there hollering for it. So next week's gonna be busy. It's kind of sad though when you fill up that whole bin right there and then next week it's all gone. All right, 1 pine bark nugget. Let's go get us a scoop of compost and then sand and more chips and more compost and more sand and keep on mixing. We told Sam to sell it and he did because they're almost out at the nursery again. Go see if my old truck will crank up, and if it will, we'll get loaded up, take another load down there. So let me go see if the old girl wants to work this afternoon. Crunked up, how about that? All right, let's see if we can get Jackson to load us up. This will be the first truck he's ever actually loaded by himself, so let's see how he does. How's he doing? I had to go get me a drink of water. Plus, I don't want to make him nervous by me standing here watching him. But I'm going to now. Good job, buddy. All right, I'll be back. Well, we made it back. That garden center was hopping. That second load I took down there. I'm gonna jump back in the loader, finish mixing up my last little bit of compost. Good stuff. Looks like Jackson's done real well. He's made us a lot of nice 3/8 compost. Very proud of that kid today, man. He hung in here all day long and didn't tip over, didn't hit nothing. So I'm gonna call that a win. I appreciate you guys watching. Hit that subscribe if you hadn't, or at least consider doing so. Give the video a thumbs up if you don't mind. See you on the next one.